and welcome to this episode of Kamba's World Movie Nigeria Review. We're keeping it short, we're keeping it simple because people are being trifling and low down manipulating in that house or more. Fear human being. And to think that CeeC thought Pere was her friend. Anyways, I will just give you the gist of what Pere is cooking, and just this whole thing sheds more light on the whole him and CeeC issue. Anyways, welcome to Kamba's World. Do well to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment and tell me your thoughts about this Pere matter. That being said, let's jump straight in. So last night, I was just, Big Brother was on. It's mostly always on, and I just saw Pere and Cross, Kidwaya and Ike having a conversation. I know that the male contestants this season, that is the men, they have been gossiping and conniving. Like if it was women that were doing this thing that these boys are doing this season, you'd have seen dragging online that see women, they don't know anything but to gossip, blah blah blah. The way the men this season, especially Ike, Pere, Cross, those three. Kidwaya, I mean, he's a participant, but you see those core three I just mentioned, they are army boys on another level. But if it's even just gossip they are doing, it's a different thing. The gossip is not the issue. The issue is the conniving, the manipulation, and just the sheer wickedness. Because, I mean, there's such a thing as playing fair and having good sportsmanship where you are trying to run your race and not sabotage your opponent. Now, in the real world, are people mean and do people sabotage their opponents? Yes, but I just feel like it tells a lot about your personality. Like, why can't you just play a fair game? I thought that stealing gold coins was the only thing that Ike was good at. I did not know that this guy is highly manipulative and conniving. I mean, we've been seeing him do the whole alliance. Which that one, the alliance one, is not even a bad thing. But to plot the downfall of another housemate to the point where you want them to fight and get a strike, that is something. And that means that CeeC was 100% right. It's one thing to be a game player. And one of the ways of being a good game player and not being manipulative or not being just wicked is the alliances. Okay, people forming an alliance, okay, vote for me, I'll not vote for you, blah blah blah. That one is fair gameplay. But to outrightly plan to sabotage some people and make them get strikes is honestly beyond me. And forget the game, even in real life, I'll be aware of people like that. I'm just saying. Because it really turned me off and it was really irritating. And it goes to show that CeeC was right to cut Pere off when she's like, okay, you know what? Since this is the leg you want to be playing in this house, let me just cut you off. And when CeeC decided she's not going to speak to him again, initially it will look like CeeC is a problematic person. CeeC is controlling. But no, she's absolutely right to cut it off. That means that this guy, this was his narrative from the very beginning. He actually wanted these two women to fight. Pere was saying that he was angry that people were separating CeeC and Alex the last time they were fighting. That next time when they fight, nobody should separate them. That he wants them to fight, let them get strike. And Kidwaya too was saying it to other people that he does not like the confidence of CeeC in this house, that maybe she gets one strike or one or two, she will calm down. I'm just like, what is going on? I thought this guy actually liked Alex, but it's clear now that it is just for the game. Pere cannot be trusted in the game and in real life, and that's just my honest opinion. Because for you to be this conniving and trifling, that's just beyond me, and it's really irritating. Also, after that, CeeC was sleeping in the room. They still went to carry game inside the room. I've seen these people play game in the lounge. I've seen them play game in the lounge. So it's not like they cannot choose to be considerate than to go to the room and wake her up. So it's almost like these guys are just poking. But even that game one, I can still leave it and say, okay, cool. It wasn't done with any maliciousness. But it's really hard to come to that conclusion now that I know how Pere plans to play this game. If I didn't hear that conversation of him saying that Alex and CeeC, he wants them to fight and get strikes, I would have said, no. CeeC is overreacting. This is Big Brother's house. People can play game. But the fact that I have seen that conversation, it just goes to show that Pere is playing a very dirty game. Now, the last part where I now know that Ike and Pere, they are not okay. They are not okay at all. Ike now went to meet Pere later at night and said, he's trying to get close to CeeC, but the girl is proving tough. She wants somebody that will bow down to her, but me, I will bow down to her. Pere now told him, you know what will happen? Get close to her first, make her like you. Then after she likes you, make her jealous and stop giving her attention. And you know that this exactly Pere just advised Ike to do is exactly what he was attempting to do, where him and CeeC were really close from outside the house. So now he comes inside the house, and he's not becoming close to Alex and kind of shading her or not giving her any attention, hoping that she'll become jealous and to cause fights, and CeeC and Alex will fight on top his head. It's the same narrative. But since CeeC has already closed his own chapter, he now sent his fellow conspirator slash fellow trifling housemate and manipulator Ike to do the dirty work. I just hope that these two women don't fall for this trickery, because that is what it is. It is just people who know that these women are strong contenders and want to get them off the show at all costs. It is entertaining to watch because we have something to talk about, but at the same time it is irritating to know that people play games this dirty, because this is how people actually do in real life. Forget that this is a game. In real life, people actually, instead of people to work on how they can run fast in life, they think of slowing other people down in their own life, because in other people failing, they think that it will make them feel a bit more successful. That's unfortunate, but that's the truth. Some people don't want to focus on their own journey. They want to focus on sabotaging someone else's journey so that they feel good about themselves. People don't know that this life is a lone race. It's not a group race. People should run their race themselves. But no, they want you to fail, because in you failing, they feel good about themselves. And that's something I've had to learn. We grew up in a society in Nigeria where comparison is the order of the day. If you are not doing well in class, your parents will compare you to the person that is doing well. They will compare you to this, they will compare you to that. So you grow up comparing yourself to other people. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of consciousness. But it is really important for we as individuals to unlearn that comparison. Another person's journey really doesn't have anything to do with you. Separate yourself from people's journeys and focus on how you can be a good player, how you can be entertaining. You can align with people, but to try to play the game in such a despicable manner is just beyond me, and I find it very irritating. And that is what's going on that angle. And that is it on today's, no, not today, I might still do some more videos, but on this particular video, do well to check my other videos, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Love you.